Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Hey everybody, welcome back Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here with Casey Cooley.
Hello everybody.
We are 50 days.
50? That's a good solid number.
We are 50 days.
50 days.
From episode 7.
Yes. It's getting there, man.
Oh man.
We're almost in November.
I know. Yeah. 2 more days.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming up this weekend. Then it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Then it's my birthday. Then it's Star Wars.
I have a lot to be thankful for this year.
My birthday's 1 week before we see it. You know that?
That's awesome.
So we'll be celebrating my birthday on Thursday. Yeah. A week later, we will be at Star Wars Episode 7.
I wonder how many Star Wars costumes will be Halloween. People are dressing up this
year. Well, I went to Sam's school the other day.
Yeah.
Halloween parties, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I saw one kid dressed as Boba Fett.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, and I saw one kid with the First Order Stormtrooper outfit.
Oh, that's strange. That's cool. That's
it's all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that it's cool that the kid knows what Boba Fett is,
right?
And it's cool that the kid already understands the new style of Stormtrooper. Like it's not just as the old Stormtrooper, he's just as the new one. So it's already happening, man. It's great.
Oh, this is gonna. If kids like them,
yeah,
the 6, 7, I think he's 6. The kids that I saw were around 6 years old. If they're not hooked on, which they look like they are,
yeah.
Just imagine after the movie comes out how hooked they're gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, I think right now, obviously, I think Rebels is doing a pretty good job.
They are
of getting some kids, on here. Yeah. But anyway, as usual, Inside the Force here, we'll hit up on everything we can on Star Wars news-wise, and which we're a little lacking in the last couple of weeks, obviously, since the trailer was released. So we our last episode, we did a full episode talking about breaking down that trailer, kind of convinced ourselves of our own plot lines that we've developed.
Yeah.
That I'm sticking with. I don't think there's anything that's changed.
I mean, it's hard for me to just pinpoint, like, I believe this is how it's going to go. I mean, I do need to sit down and just kind of reevaluate what I think is going to happen, because, I don't know, the trailer, people are saying one thing based off the trailer. I don't know, I'm thinking a different way. So, there's a lot that kind of throws me with the trailer.
Really? I don't know.
The whole Chewie thing throws me, if it is or not Chewie, because that throws me, and then just... the whole, like, who's kid, that kind of thing throws me.
Yeah.
Because, I had one mindset before that trailer came out, then after the trailer, now I'm thinking something else, but does it really convince me? I don't think it's convinced me. I don't know. I just got to really figure it out.
I don't really know anything else for sure besides, as much as, well, I don't know for sure, obviously, but I'm saying, of all the things that I think is true that I've developed as far as theories wise, the one that I'm just completely convinced, really, I think that I'm gonna stick to my guns, is I think Rey is a Skywalker.
Yeah,
like I think she's Luke's daughter, and I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, obviously, I think she's Luke's or Leia's daughter.
Yeah,
but for some reason, I don't think she's Leia's daughter, because
it doesn't seem believable.
It doesn't seem believable
that they would just somehow
give
up
why?
their kids.
Yeah, why? But
okay,
so actually, and then the second thing that I think I'm beginning to have a bit much firmer stance on is, I don't know if Han and Leia got married.
Yeah, I mean, that's always been one of those rumors that they kind of didn't get married or whatever. They kind of went off. I'm fine with that.
I am too.
But that's why, like, I was really excited with the shot between Han and Leia in the trailer because they were like hugging each other. So
Right.
like, I'm glad we'll have a moment like that because I would be very disappointed if just the whole time they just hated each other and they never.
Yeah, I don't think they ever hated each other.
They didn't have like, well, like like I mean, like that kind of love hate sort of like
Yeah.
like what we saw in the episode 5. Like they're just like, you're such a scoundrel, you're such a princess, and they walk away. But I'm glad that we actually see a moment where they embrace each other again. And it looks very
because Chewbacca
emotional.
died.
Maybe I feel like they'd be crying more. I feel like it'd be more like a Han Solo crying. Like, and honestly, a friend of mine, a teacher, brought up this point. Like, it seems more like an emotional moment where they're like sending off someone that they love. Like they just sent off their kids to war, kind of thing. So they're hugging each other, like, oh, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be all right, or something like that. Because although I do think that's Han Solo's crying face, or at least his very emotional face,
Yeah.
I do feel like, I don't know, focused a lot on Leia. Do you think Leia would be that? Of course, she'd be emotional for Chewbacca to die.
Oh yeah, I think so. I do.
Like the tears. Right?
And I think we literally saw less than a second of it.
Yeah, we did.
It was like
Yeah.
it was like half of
Yeah.
12 frames or so. I was like,
Yeah.
So I think there might be more there.
Yeah.
It
We'll
might
see.
be
But
more of
would they have put that shot in the trailer of like Chewie's dead body?
But like you said,
you don't think it is his dead body? It couldn't be. Like why would they put that? If that is Chewie's dead body in that shot, why would they put that there, thinking like, hoping, like, oh, I hope they don't see that.
Well, you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
And it could be. Yeah. Because honestly, I think it's throwing you off a little bit because there's a jacket there.
So yeah, something that it's like, yeah, you don't know for sure.
So
what
you don't
is.
know who it is.
It looks.
It could be Finn.
Part of it looks.
Could
like,
be Han.
Yeah.
Could be Chewie. It's one. I think it's one of those three.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's Finn because I think he's going to continue on.
He's signed on. Like,
Yeah.
It's confirmed. That he's
So
on,
it's either Han or Chewie. And forever, I was convinced it was Han.
I'm
but
still on the fence about if it's Han.
Now
or
I
Chewie.
think it's going to be Chewie.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Chewie. I think Han's still going to survive. Although I don't know how much more he is going to be involved in the rest of the trilogy. I don't know.
I just have always thought like if he signed on for he could have signed on for movie just thinking like this is the only one I'm going to do. That's why he's doing all the interviews. That's why he's doing all the conventions because he never has before. So he's thinking, I'll do all of it. I'll do everything, all these interviews, all these promotions, but this is it.
Yeah,
I'm done with Star Wars.
It's possible. I kind of get that sense.
Yeah,
and I think Chewbacca is. I mean, unfortunately, I don't want to say this in a mean way in a sense, but Peter's getting older, and it's harder for him to move around. If you've seen him at the conventions,
right,
which we have, and you just don't give that role to anybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Weird. He has a certain way he moves.
Yeah, like if it wasn't him in that suit, you would know.
Mm-hmm.
You would just know.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he may get just a proper send off, and
it may just be kind of not if he doesn't die, but like Han does, then Chewie may, if they don't want to recast him, although he's under a suit, then they just kind of he just kind of goes off and does his own thing,
right?
He just kind of lives his own,
kind of
life.
like his comic right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple things right there that I feel like I'm kind of holding close to the chest about.
Yeah.
But stuff like why Luke's gone and who Finn is and who Kylo Ren is. I mean, the stuff like that. I'm really just I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could either be a twin for Kylo or a cousin.
Yeah,
or just
probably
a guy.
cousins. What I'm thinking, because I think he could possibly be Han and Leia's son.
Yeah, yeah.
But if they haven't been together, then I'm like, wow. But then again, he might not be
anybody. Yeah,
anybody. He might just be the guy Vader.
But then why all the secrecy? Like Kylo's not even his name. Ren's just a title.
Yeah, I don't. I think you can't. The short answer to me is that you can't just hide one of the last names and reveal the other ones, because then it's obvious that you know what I mean. Like if they gave Finn's last name, they gave Kylo's last name. They're like, well, we're not going to release Rey's last name. And then you're like, okay, well, she's obviously a Skywalker or a Solo. But now, if you have multiple people that are not showing that, then it's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a throw-off thing, because I don't think Finn is related at all.
No.
I think he is truly been raised in the Empire, and then now he's kind of coming to his senses.
Unless somehow, I don't know, that's some imperial relation that
Yes, right. Well, his father could have been,
Finn Palpatine.
Ooh,
Illegitimate
wow.
son.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Force sense. I don't know. Just
Yeah. But I did hear, or was it you that mentioned it or something like that? That something I didn't even think of, but Vader may have actually created the Knights of Ren.
Yeah. Corey probably told you that. I told Corey.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Because I didn't know if you knew it or not. That's what I heard by a guy who read an article.
Okay.
So it's kind of a rumor.
Now, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
So he had developed it during the original trilogy
if
for a while.
that's again, I don't know if this is a confirmed thing or a rumor thing nonetheless, but I mean, it sounds like it could be legitimate stuff. That's why Kylo Ren's like, one motivation, like, I'll pick up, I'll finish what you started, because the Knights of Ren seem to be so bent on following Vader's way. That's the thing that, people keep saying, like, well, it's just Vader. He wasn't really that bad of a guy. He was just trying to protect Padme, True, but, if you read the comics and really watch the movies, he is a villain. He's a bad guy. He will kill people. He'll murder people. He doesn't care about anybody.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
he just wants to do his thing, and he doesn't care about the Emperor. So, I totally believe and can see Vader creating this cult of people. Like, he's in charge of the Inquisitors to hunt down Jedi, So he's always got something up his sleeve. So I can see
He
that.
seems, like, even though I know it's beforehand, but in Rebels he seems just straight up
he don't care.
villainous.
Yeah.
He's going to kill Ezra as a kid.
Yeah. He was ready to he was doing it. He was doing it until it stops.
Okay, so before we get into basically what we're going to after that, we're going to talk more about some of the comics that came out last week and this week.
Yeah.
We'll review the latest episode of Star Wars Rebels, which is called Always Two There Are. Mm-hmm. No more, no less. No. But real quick, I'll just mention that I think we mentioned it, I don't know, 1 or 2 episodes ago maybe. We have started our commentary
Right.
of the Star Wars films. We have gone through the prequels, 1, 2, and 3. We will continue on 4, 5, and 6 at some point. But we did video them as well, so to actually be able to kind of follow along either on while we're talking about it on YouTube, or obviously just listen to the podcast, and you'll get each one that you can kind of queue up and listen along or whatever while you're watching. We tried our best to just kind of offer what we dislike about the prequels.
Dissect it.
Yeah, dissected it a little bit.
Make fun of it. Sometimes.
One thing that stood out, I just want to mention on my side, in case if you want to too. But watching episode 2, for one, I felt like really sitting down and watching and talking about it with you. Like, I almost felt like the scene where Anakin walks in with the younglings, like, and kills them. Like
episode 3.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Episode 3.
Yeah.
So when he walks in at the end,
Yeah.
I almost feel like that should not have been included in the movie, because
it's a dark
that
thing.
is disturbing.
Yeah.
Especially now that I have kids.
Yeah. That's true.
I saw that back in 2005 when
Yeah.
I wasn't even married, and I almost sometimes watch it like when we were watching. I was like, wow, this movie only got PG-13. Like, I almost feel like that's R-rated.
Back then, probably, or maybe now even.
I don't
back
know.
then, probably, because now PG-13 is such a stretch.
And not only does it show, he does that, but like later on when Obi-Wan and Yoda are walking around, there's like younglings laying around on the ground. It's like, what the?
Yeah. Like,
so anyway, so that was one thing.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was in episode 2 was, and we failed to mention this. I failed to mention this during the commentary. I wish I would have, but it wasn't until later we talked about that. I think the problem with episode 2 was the lack of a true villain.
Yeah.
In the movie, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think if it would have had that, it's funny because we talked again. I wish it was in the commentary. We kind of talked about what we would have done, like with a villain or the situation with Anakin and Padme. The situations we would have put them in instead of being just in the romantic scenes, that more of a, like
in peril,
protecting and in peril. God, that would
have
been
conflict, bring them together. You always have to have that conflict to make your characters do things, to reveal characters. So there was no conflict hardly at all throughout the movie. It was just a lot of investigations and discovering.
Yeah, the only conflict was I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm in agony.
Yeah. If you feel the same way, please tell me.
I mean, that's truly. It's like that's the worst situation you're in right now.
Your presence soothes me.
Yeah, I mean, so
you had the thing with his mother, but that's all Anakin. So it was a good scene seeing him, with
and that
with
was
the Tusken
after,
Raiders.
but that was after, like the trip to Naboo.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the whole trip to Naboo is literally just it's a romantic love fest. It's like there's no, and we mentioned it too. It's like how, I mean, how was there not somebody that Dooku or Palpatine or somebody would send out to find them?
They should have just thrown Jango back in there.
Or like a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to have like another bounty there, like a Bosk or somebody going after them.
Yeah, I would rewrite it and put Aura Singh in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You teased her in episode 1, and that would have been really awesome. So stuff like that, I think that would just made the movie so much better. I think people would have really responded more to that.
Yeah.
Because not only did you have that going on, just on the flip side, there wasn't any action either, with Obi-Wan just kind of going around collecting information. It wasn't.
He had a couple little battles there with Jango.
Yeah.
You could have definitely cut out about 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least replace it with something more engaging.
Yeah, you didn't get into which I felt was the good part of the movie, which is the end, with all the Jedis and the battle going on. And, that was the good. Once you get there, it's good. But, all that stuff in the middle is just, it could have been reworked and rewrote and more distress, more, all that stuff. Anyway, I don't know if you thought of anything to point out with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely had a lot to say while we were watching it, but it does, I agree with all that stuff. It also, watching it, made me see all the flaws, but it also reminded me on some of the, like you just said, some of the really cool moments. Like there were some good parts with Hayden Christensen. I always bash him. It's not, he's not the best, but there were a couple of good moments of him in episode 2. Definitely episode 3, he's much better. And he's much more mature, but overall though, episode 2 is it's my least favorite one. Although I still like it fine because it's Star Wars, and it still fills in the gap of Anakin's story, albeit being long and drawn out. But it's still cool Star Wars action, all that stuff. But I live with it. It's there.
It's there.
Yep.
So while we're also doing those commentaries, we're actually kind of ranking them again, like in our, and we've placed the prequels in our top 6 movies. Obviously, like I said, we say in each commentary, we're going to do one for episode 7 as soon as we get that thing on Blu-ray.
Yep.
So look for those. What we're going to do is the first one, which is episode 1, we are going to release actually a week from today. Yeah. So next week, next Thursday, you should be able to get our episode 1 commentary on the podcast feed as well as YouTube. And then we're going to, so that means when that comes out, 6 weeks later will be episode 7. So we're going to release one every week. Well, I should say 7 weeks from today.
Yeah.
Should be episode 7.
So we're basically going to release episode 6 commentary a week before, or the week
which is my birthday. No, a week before.
Okay. Yeah.
So then the following week will be us going to episode 7. So we will do we plan on doing a show Wednesday, the 16th.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll record our episode the 16th to kind of do our last.
Probably just gonna be us like
day
giddy,
before.
like an
Oh, my
hour
God.
long giddy fest.
Oh,
We're just like,
absolutely.
and that's the show.
I can't believe it's tomorrow. Can you?
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Can you believe it's tomorrow? No.
I can't sleep. I can't sleep. Yeah, I got my tickets. Let me check. Let me check real quick. I got my tickets.
Yeah, yeah.
That's gonna be it.
So I'll post that night, and kind of get everybody hopefully to listen to it while you're at work on or waiting in line.
Yeah,
on
there you
Thursday.
go, guys.
Yeah, listen to us while you're waiting in line on
Yeah.
Thursday. Because I actually have a big question about that because of pre-orders. When are people going to be getting in line?
I'm still gonna line up early. Just
Do you think
because
people will be camping out at all?
I don't know. I feel like some people will. I feel
Really?
like maybe not many, not nearly as many like how like episode 1 and 2 and 3 were probably, but even more so 1 and 2. But I don't think that many because I'm still gonna get in line early just so I can get a good seat. Because I've already there's not gonna be a line. Actually, there probably will be a line at the ticket booth. I imagine not everybody will pre-order.
Well, here's the thing: is that which is pretty crazy, but like Lexington is starting to sell out already. Like
Yeah.
their showings are selling out. The one we're going to is sold out.
Okay.
So the closer we get, I don't think there's going to be able to. I don't think there's going to be any tickets available.
No reason to even get
by
in
the
line.
time
Yeah.
that day comes. I think they're all going to be gone.
Yeah.
Unless they start adding more theaters,
Yeah.
more screens,
Yeah.
which is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how many prints each theater got either. I mean, they might have already. That's it. They got the ones that they got.
Fayette's got like 4 or 5 screens. It seems like.
They got two 2Ds and 2 3Ds.
Yeah.
Regal's only got 1 2D, 2 3Ds.
Yeah.
And it's at Carmike. It's at I'm naming theaters around
Yeah,
Lexington.
yeah.
And then did you know Movie Theater moved out to? They
Yeah,
converted that
they're
one in Brandon
Amstar.
Crossing
They're
to.
turning Amstar into a movie tavern.
Yeah, I think they've already done that.
Yeah. Which I haven't been there yet, but
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
So
this
anyway,
is
it's
all local
there.
Stuff. Yeah.
So it's there. So it's in. I would say what in 2D it's at 7 or 8 screens.
Yeah.
3D it's in close to 10 probably. But like I said, there's just showings that are already sold out.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely try to get there as early as possible.
There's people
probably.
on eBay
selling their tickets.
selling their tickets
Yeah.
for like $100.
Probably, yeah. Absolutely.
Like in big cities,
Mm-hmm.
where it's completely sold out. I mean, it's the biggest pre-sale.
I'm gonna be too excited. I'm probably gonna have to get there early, like because we talked about like getting there around 5 or so o'clock. I might have to try to get there earlier, just because I'm just too excited.
I was telling the guys at work, it's possible we might have to go to lunch and then go straight there.
Yeah,
Is what we think we might
Yeah.
do. So we might hit lunch around the mall
yeah.
and then just go ahead and get in line.
If it wasn't finals week at work, I would probably take off
Yeah.
that Thursday.
I think Corey already took off.
Yeah.
So
Save me.
yeah. So
I've
we've
got 3 people on my party.
we've got. I could only
two
buy
others.
10
Yeah.
when I bought them. The limit was 10. So I got 10, and obviously those went fast.
Look
So
at you, limo.
yeah.
It's like the mask coming up, the limousine. Oh god!
So, yeah, we've got a lot of people going.
Exciting.
Stoked. Anyway, let's get back to Star Wars.
Yes. Well,
Well, that was Star Wars,
yeah,
but
yeah, you know what I mean.
so not a lot of news, I think, on the movie side.
No, I mean, if you want to be entertained by related to Star Wars stuff, J.J. Abrams put out a pretty funny, or Vanity Fair put out a pretty funny video of
Hilarious.
Abrams answering some fan questions, fans as in celebrity fans, but
Yeah, exactly.
just like it's just funny. It's just all in good humor kind of stuff. Nothing revealing, but it is very clever and very funny. And it's you see some cameos from some pretty high profile people. Some people, but one in particular. But yeah, not much else with the movies. But they're filming. They're filming 2 Star Wars movies right now, and we're not really getting anything from it. So I don't know.
Still think we're gonna get something from episode 7.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think definitely
episode
Rogue
8
One.
or Rogue One.
I think definitely Rogue One. Maybe even a tease for episode 8.
Yeah,
Maybe at the end though. I don't know. Just some kind of little.
yeah.
Maybe I don't know what they'll do. That's
I
interesting.
definitely think Rogue One.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know.
just
About
because they're doing a trailer for the sequel while we're watching the first movie in it, so that's kind of a weird putting the.
So let me ask you this real fast about
Yeah.
the movie. If you didn't have responsibilities, would you try to do the marathon?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
Probably. If I did, if I was
Holy cow! I
bachelor.
don't think I could do it.
if I was a bachelor with not
It starts at
having to spend
3
money on
o'clock.
things.
It starts at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would just if I, like I said, if I had no other attachments or responsibilities, I probably would just try it.
Man.
What the heck?
I mean, I would.
I wouldn't want to do it alone though. I probably would try to have somebody.
Hell no, I couldn't do it alone. But I couldn't even do it. I don't know if I could even do it.
I would just
though.
sleep all day and probably just wake up, go to the theater. It'd be fun.
I mean, if it started like in 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe
Yeah.
I could probably think about doing it. But then, I think the way it starts, I think it might be 3 in the morning because then I think that lines up with the first showing, the 8 o'clock showing or something like that. So that's why. So that means if it was like a midnight showing of episode 7 and you started it around 7 o'clock in the morning, I think I would probably be able to do something like that.
And honestly, I would probably be more apt to fall asleep in the first 3, like right off the bat there, than I would.
That's what I'm saying,
6,
yeah.
But I would only do it probably just because that's the only time I'll get to see all 6 movies in theaters again for a while, probably.
And I actually feel like I would rather just go in and see 4, 5, and 6 and then 7.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Okay, so light on the news now. Let's go ahead and real quick. I want to do the comics first before we get into the episode because I thought the Star Wars Rebels episode was really good.
Yeah.
So the books, we didn't review the 2 last week because we were talking all about the trailer. But last week, you got Vader, Darth Vader number 11, and Shattered Empire number 4, which concluded the Shattered Empire series. Right. It's a 4-issue journey of this Force Awakens. Pretty interesting episode. What'd you think about it?
Shattered Empire. I did like it. It was definitely a turn. Like I feel like the first 3 issues were a lot about their squadron. I can't remember what they were called. Was it what the squadron was called? But
on the Black Squadron. No,
it was I want to say Wraith.
Actually, Black Squadron is
that's what
the new one, right?
Yeah. So I mean, heavily focused on like the rebel fighters side of things, and this one was really big on Luke and the chick. I always forget her name too.
Bay.
Yeah. So it's cool because Luke's kind of trying to find some relics belonging to the Jedi Temple in Coruscant. So there's a lot of several nods to the prequels there. I mean, it's just it was a good issue. I mean, it was very different. It didn't seem like a close for Shattered Empire. I felt like this was a more focused episode on one thing with Luke, as opposed to like the rebellion as a whole. Like what the first 3 issues were, more about the rebellion, reestablishing the rebellion, whereas this one's more like a personal thing for Luke. But it was still a good issue. I kind of wish we had some more. I was very surprised to see that this was the last one.
Right.
But I liked it still. I mean, it was cool to see Luke Skywalker doing some cool things and being all Jedi-like in his awesome black robe. But I don't know. I thought the ending there with the whole trees, planting the trees, was actually kind of intriguing. Like, I don't know if that's like going to come later.
I think it's coming. I think something's coming later with that.
Yeah.
I want to say this is the first post Return of the Jedi appearance of Luke Skywalker.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, that is the most interesting and most confusing part of all of this is what has happened to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Leading up to episode 7.
Yeah.
Because according to this, I mean, he is a full-fledged Jedi.
Yeah.
He seems like he's taking the steps to restore the order.
Right.
Because basically he's, spoiler. I mean, it's been a week, so we're good, I think, to talk about it. But, he's taking a mission. He's taking Bay with him in an Imperial shuttle, so he's trying to conceal himself to get to this outpost, still heavily controlled by the Empire, technically. But he's tracked down and trying to recover 2 trees, but he didn't know there were 2 of them, but it was a tree that was at the center of the Jedi Temple in Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty easy to speculate that. Well, so that means he's either trying to go back to Coruscant and replant it and open it back up, or go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And use the tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he said there's two of them. He said one's spoken for, so Luke's doing something with one, while the other one he gave to Bae.
He gave to Bae, and then that's in Poe Dameron's backyard, man.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it's gonna be awesome if like he's standing by a tree.
Yeah.
In the movie, it's like,
I know what that is.
I mean, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So a good issue, a good series. Definitely one I'm going to pick up. I think when the graphic novel comes out, I want to grab that. It's only, like I said, 4 issues. But last week also Vader number 11 came out. Pretty good issue.
Yeah. Definitely things that I think are picking up some more. It's just. It's such an interesting story because it's like a mystery or like a crime thriller in a way. Like Vader's doing a lot of plotting and scheming, and there's like a heist involved, and he's trying to cover his tracks, and the Empire's kind of, even so the Imperials are kind of on his case about some shady things that he's doing. He's trying to cover his tracks, that kind of thing. So it's just a different type of Star Wars story, I feel like, in a way, but I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with Afra, Captain Afra, right?
Right, Afra, yeah.
Because I like her. Actually, I've grown to like her character, so I don't want her to just simply be killed and murdered, by Vader or anything like that. So I'm interested to see how she gets out of her jam and what Vader's really up to with all this stuff with this money. Like, I'm still waiting to see what the end result's going to be. But I mean, I still like it. It's still a good comic.
Really good.
Yeah.
And then 2 came out this week. Chewbacca number 2 and Kanan, the last Padawan number. What was the number of that? 7? Yeah, number 7. Jeez. So, now this one, I thought Kanan was really good.
Yeah.
He's still dealing with. He's still on. I think they're still on collar, and he's still kind of reliving some past memories. Mm-hmm. This one pretty cool, being a youngling.
Yeah, this is like this one goes back before, like, the timeline wise, it goes
before during the Clone Wars, basically.
Yeah,
because he's talking about he's basically becoming a Padawan.
Yeah,
and he wants to be Master Balabo. Something Balaba.
Yeah.
He wants to be her Padawan,
right.
but she's been injured, and so I don't want to give too much away. But what'd you think?
I loved it. I loved the I love both sides of seeing Kanan's side and Master Balaba's side, because we got to see stories from the Jedi Master. We saw Obi-Wan, saw some other guys that we knew, the Council, seeing Balaba kind of her dealings with the Council. I thought that was an interesting side. And then Kanan with the other initiates, the other younglings, and kind of how that system works. Like, you saw a lot of kind of the organization of the Jedi Academy, I feel like, with the initiates, Padawans, and Council, kind of how it works. I love knowing more about that. Like, I wish there was like a canon book about how the Academy is organized, because that's what I love most about this issue. Those are really, really interesting.
Yeah, really cool to see, like, Obi-Wan and Mace and Yoda in there. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. And Chewbacca number 2 came out. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It continues the story from the first one, where he's helping a kid. He's kind of Chewbacca's on his own. Actually, I was kind of confused again reading this, but I can't remember if this is.
I think it's after 4.
After 4, right?
Right.
Okay.
Kind of like taking hiatus, a little sabbatical.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, is it after 6 or after 4? But I think it's after 4.
Yeah.
Because the Empire's still around. But anyway, kind of on his own, and he runs across a kid that needs his help to save some people that are kind of slaves right now in his mine, and So of course Chewbacca agrees, and this is kind of them going. This is them taking the steps and planning this rescue and all this stuff. So, but it's funny. He while there's one scene when he's planning on doing something and getting involved, and he kind of gets a flashback of where he is, and it shows him getting captured by some Trandoshans, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, and locked up.
I wonder if we'll see the origin of Han Solo, or Han Solo and him meet for the first time through this.
I think in his movie, if there's a Han Solo movie, I definitely think you'll see something. See that. And I love how they had an expanded universe story about that where he's getting beaten by some Imperials, and that's Han comes in and kind of kills them. That's where the life debt happens. That's when he has to go on the run, and that's why it's pretty awesome. Yeah. So anyway, those are the books that are out there. Again, I think they're all pretty good, but I would definitely check out Shattered Empire, and I would definitely check out Kanan and Vader. So those are the books. I think the last I'll by the end of the show I'll kind of mention what's coming out next week, but let's talk about this Rebels episode.
Yeah.
Always Two there, or I think it's called Always Two there. All right. We get our first glimpse of the new Inquisitors.
Yeah, we saw. Did we see the brother last one?
We saw the brother
at the very end,
at the end of episode 1. I think, of the season. So, it was fun. It was not funny, but it was it was cool to see them actually start. They started calling last season's Inquisitors the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Meaning, I guess he was superior to one out of them.
One of the leaders, if not the leader.
Yeah. So Vader dispatches the 5th brother and the 7th sister to find, what we kind of discover is to find Ahsoka.
Ahsoka Tano.
Because Vader, if you've seen, the Siege of Lothal, he senses that she's still alive.
Yeah. Chills. And the apprentice Liz, and then I guess he's trying to bring her in. That's coming. That's a scene that's coming. It has to be. I mean, that's what it sounds like.
They're gonna fight.
Yeah, something's gonna happen. They're gonna.
You think he kills
either
her?
Have a nice talk, or they're gonna fight.
Think he kills her?
I don't know, man. I mean, that'll be so dramatic. I think it will happen to solidify Vader's villainy. And
maybe she'll kill him. Oh wait,
no, that would happen.
Yeah.
But
that would be. I mean, she's not in the movies, so something's gonna happen.
That's very likely that he will kill her.
Yeah,
but that's just gonna be such. I mean, I think it just has to happen because I want to see maybe it will happen or not. But if they do fight and Vader struggles, if he should kill her or not, I don't know. I don't think
at this point he's struggling.
I wonder if he just thinks there for because there's a second hesitation before he just strikes her down.
It might be. I don't know.
If he calls her, she calls him Anakin. Anakin, please don't. And he stops for a second and then just does it. Thanks, Anakin's dead. And kills him.
I'm still surprised. Anyway, I'll get into that. But I was about to say something about it, but I won't say it at the end. But we don't get much Kanan in this episode. Rex is still around.
Yeah,
this is good. There's still some conflict there and trust issues.
Yeah.
But this episode was mainly about Ezra and Sabine and Zeb. Because they're basically trying to get some supplies at an abandoned
medical facility
during the Clone Wars. So, which is huge. I mean, they have these huge facilities.
Yeah, and it's abandoned.
I know, right?
Use it for spare parts. Recycle. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
So, what'd you think of the new Inquisitors?
I like them. I like Sarah Michelle Gellar. I like the 7th sister. I mean, I did not recognize her voice at all.
Yeah, they did something to it.
They distorted it a bit. I think she's gonna be a really cool character. I'm really excited to see what she does. And I'm interested to learn more about just the Inquisitors organization as a whole. How that they're named.
I am too.
7th, 5th. They're labeled. And if you watch Rebels Recon, Pablo Hidalgo kind of talks about it a little more. They will be revealing kind of their organization little by little.
Please.
How they call each other brothers and sisters and the numbers may seem kind of like a ranking kind of thing.
Oh,
Like fifth brother. I mean, fifth brother is maybe better than seventh sister, or something like that. So very cool. I mean, I wonder if we'll see more or if it will just be these two trying to fill in the gap of the Grand Inquisitor.
fifth brother kind of looks like Darkseid a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Wow.
But no, I'm with you. I think that would be. I think you have to. I think you do have to show at least like who's training them, how they're getting trained, how are they getting trained on the dark. I mean, is it the dark side? I guess that they're getting trained, or is it just the Force?
They know the dark side. They're dark side users. They're just not Sith. So they haven't studied the Sith arts. I guess the Sith. I don't know if you call it religion or not, but
right.
That's still something I want to know more of. Like, what is the difference between Sith and just dark side users?
Right.
Where is that? Where are the teachings of the Sith that distinguish it? But the coolest part of that episode, the seventh sister was using the Force to stop the ship, and she couldn't hold it, and like it pulled her a bit. You never see that. I think it shows a little bit about the Force. It's pretty cool. Like there's more of like a tether between you and whatever you're moving with the Force, and it can actually pull you as opposed to you pulling it or whatever. So a cool little moment, in addition to many other cool moments.
Awesome, moment. So the Rebel Recon is out. If you want to watch that at StarWars.com on YouTube, and really just good episode. I don't know why, but I was kind of wondering the whole time too why Ezra never used his gun.
I was thinking same thing. Like,
I thought that's what it was there for.
While he's like holding it, just shoot it, just get him, surprise him.
Even at that point where, like you said, the Inquisitors were teaming up on trying to save or keep the ship from leaving. That's when you start shooting at them when they're not even looking at you.
When they're not have their lightsabers out and they're trying to hold the ship.
Yeah. So I was a little confused by that, but overall, good episode. Love this season right now. I think they're killing it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to keep putting these out there, and just great episodes. Love these episodes. Still think Max von Sydow is a Rebels character.
Yeah, that's the. I can't.
We haven't heard anything about him.
Can't imagine.
We have no idea.
Such a good job.
We had no idea.
I'm so happy how they've been withholding information, because that is the latest trailer. Is the last trailer that we're getting. We'll be getting TV spots and commercials, but no more trailers. So we're not going to get any more story probably until we see the movie, which that's the best. That's the best thing.
Yeah, no Luke or no Max von Sydow, no Andy Serkis either.
We'll see what
we've heard him, but that's it. So we have no idea. There's so much.
We might get some brief news shots, and if they ever do a new TV spot, but nothing story-wise.
There will be one or two new shots probably in the TV stuff, and there might be some kind of. I feel like they're going to do like some release special on some channel somewhere, or something.
Featurette.
Someone's they're just going to talk about Star Wars for a day, and but I just can't wait.
I can't wait for it.
It's funny because while we were talking, I looked up. I was curious what Hayden Christensen's been up to. Actually,
he made a straight to Netflix or straight to DVD or whatever with Nick Cage. That's like the last thing I know he's done.
Wow,
some like medieval film.
I mean, he's been in movies,
Yeah, he's been working, but it's just.
But nothing that I've heard of.
Yeah.
Well, American Heist. What was American Heist? Was that a big movie?
That vaguely remember that, but yeah.
Oh, Adrian Brody, Jordana Brewster. That don't look too bad. He's got a movie coming out this year, or maybe it already has come out. It's called 90 Minutes in Heaven with Kate Bosworth. And then he's got a movie coming out next year, which is in pre-production right now, Marco Polo. Marco!
Polo! That was a great game.
Yeah, it was. So I don't know why I want to look that up. I just want to, because unfortunately, I really don't think he'd be to be honest, just like Ahmed Best. Like, I just don't think they can show up at celebrations. I don't think they feel like they can show up at celebrations, even though I want to see them there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fans. There's stupid fans out there that would just give him hell, and it just wouldn't be worth it. Even though he would make a lot of money signing autographs and doing stuff like that. So, so what else? What else we got?
I think that's all. It's all a little quiet out there.
It's all quiet. 50 days out.
Still reading some headlines saying, potential spoiler for Force Awakens, spoiler this, spoiler that. So just be careful, guys. I'm seeing, which is weird, confusing me on my Facebook feed. I'm seeing stuff like, 10 things you didn't know from the new Star Wars teaser. Yeah, they usually do stuff like that.
But it's not the trailer from now. It's like the trailer we saw, the teaser we saw back in April. And it's like, come on, this is old news, but I keep seeing it in my feed now.
There is like a video. There's a channel that does like 6 things you might have missed from the show. And they do this kind of stuff. I mean, it's okay stuff. I mean, it's stuff that you may not. I mean, I usually see it, but it's pretty enlightening. Yeah, no, nothing else really. Not much else going on right now. So,
okay,
that is all. But I will say this: I'm going to try. Before we did some of the commentaries, I did a Periscope through Inside the Force, just kind of doing like a brief, like Ask Me Anything, or just like a general Star Wars conversation. Because I thought it'd be interesting to connect with some of the fans and connect with other Star Wars fans out there. Just to talk about Star Wars, so like asking questions and just discussing certain things about Star Wars. I did one this past Sunday. I thought it went pretty well, so I might try to do one either tomorrow or Saturday. I might try to do like a weekly or twice a week thing, just to see hey, if anybody is willing to discuss it. So I'll be tweeting it out there, and I'll be seeing if you guys have any questions. Just not like a thing like, hey, see if you can stump me on Star Wars, but just let's talk about Star Wars. I think you can always have a healthy conversation about it. So if you have the Periscope app,
having an unhealthy one is not bad either.
Unhealthy, yeah. We can argue. Let's argue about stuff. I want some purists to give me crap. But yeah. So if you guys are out there on the Periscope world, be on the lookout for our broadcasts.
Yes.
So I think we're going to do more of them because it's a pretty cool venue.
We would definitely broadcast from episode 7. That would be cool.
Doing a little bit like we're walking in right now.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah.
So hitting your shelves next week. It looks like Star Wars number 11 will hit your shelves next week. It looks like to be the only Star Wars comic coming out next week. So we'll definitely read that. Give a little review of that on next week's episode. And like I said, next week, look for the Star Wars Star Wars The Phantom Menace commentary.
There you go. You can't say the episodes
anymore. Drop the episodes a little bit. Because that's what they're doing, okay?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
We are followers.
Yes.
We don't want to fight
true. Hey, we're true to Star Wars.
We don't want to fight the Star Wars machine.
Yeah. So, in case he doesn't have anything else, we'll kind of wrap this up.
No.
Besides our our Kanan profile here. Go ahead.
Mini profile. We are doing today C.O. Bibble, whatever. C.O. Bibble. Basically, this is, if you don't know that name, which I didn't really know his name, this is the dude from episode 1 and 2. You saw him briefly in episode 3. Basically, the guy who complained a lot on the Naboo Council. He was in episode 1, episode 2. He's actually in the Clone Wars and episode 3. Human, Homeworld Naboo, affiliation, Royal House of Naboo. So this is the guy in episode 1 that kept saying, "You must contact me," to Queen Amidala. "You must contact me," all the time.
Yes.
He wouldn't stop talking about that. He is a noble philosopher. He's a member of the Noil Rabu.
Negotiations.
I can't talk today. Yeah, negotiations. Where are the ambassadors?
Negotiations.
Whatever.
We lost all communications.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was trying to think of. He's a governor of Naboo, aids Queen Amidala in her duties, and deals directly with regal representatives, town governing officials. It says here that he's unflinching in his refusal to increase Naboo's armament. So he doesn't want Naboo to gain weapons or armies, that kind of stuff like that. But so I don't know. He just seems like a complainer to me. He just seems like that guy who has to raise, heck about something, something going on. Whatever.
Actually, I think if you throw glasses on him, he can go for Colonel Sanders.
Yes, he can. Look at that beard. Yeah, it's like even the picture they have him in this encyclopedia. He's got this confused face. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? We should just do it this way and move on. Like I don't know.
Bitter, bitter man.
He is Sile Bibble. Whatever.
Sile Bibble.
So that's Sile Bibble there.
All right.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that's our show this week. Again, thanks for listening and watching. Hit all of our shows on YouTube, youtube.com/21network. You can get those links on any of the podcast shows, especially ours, InsideTheForce.com. We're on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, like I said, as well as on YouTube. So the first commentary will be out next week, episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Hear us talk straight through the movie, what we liked and disliked, and maybe some things we would have changed of the prequel. So, again, that'll be out on probably Thursday of next week and leading up to episode 7. So, Casey over there is at Kryptonium1138 on Twitter. I am D Cunningham21 on Twitter. We are at Inside the Force on Facebook and Twitter. Got to post the 50th graphic.
Yes.
For 50 days out. 50 days.
50 days.
All right, so we will wrap this up. And for Casey Cooley.
You're wrong, Leia. You have that power too. In time, you'll learn to use it as I have. The Force runs strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. And my sister has it. Yes, it's you, Leia. That is it. That's all. I always thought that was a funny scene. Like when you watch that, Luke's reaction. I always think when he says like, "And my sister has it," he kind of like opens his mouth and like his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, shock, mind blown, right? So I always thought that was a funny reaction that he gave, but good line nonetheless.
So that's a quick question: is how far
does
she get into her knowledge of the Force?
I like to believe that she is pretty comfortable in the Force at this point. Pretty comfy. Well, as in, like, she can use it fine. She may not have a lightsaber. Maybe she has a secret lightsaber hidden, kind of like the Emperor. Like she has, in case of emergency, she has a lightsaber. But no, I feel like she's pretty good in the Force. It's good to have a Chancellor of the Republic that uses the Force, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We will check you guys out next week when we review Star Wars number 11 and the next Rebels episode. And whatever news or stories come out our way through the HoloNet.
Nah.
You like that? Right?
I like that.
You
That's
like
good.
that. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. He's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave. And as always, may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.